Hey guys, just wanted to say thank you for hitting the like goal. I know it's not a crazy number. It's only 10 in a day and a half. That is a big number for me. So just wanted to say thank you guys for hitting the like goal. And because you did that, I'll be posting this video, which is going to be our highway video. It's already looks a little bit different. I've had to finish up. I'm recording this episode backwards, and I pretty much did all the work, and you'll see that at the end of the video. I want to more go through how I'm building it and what I kind of did to show you the actual design of it and how to build it for your own factories if you guys want to put it into your world. So we're going to get into that in about, probably should take about 5 to 10 minutes after I show you everything that I built. We're going to go on to me kind of finishing and all the work that I did. It should be a regular like 20-minute episode. So I just wanted to say thank you guys. Make sure you like, comment below, and let me know if you like the build. All right, guys, so we're above our base real quick. I'm going to show you just a couple different sections. I'm not going to be able to show you building the whole thing because it's already built and I was just planning on doing my own time. So I never thought about actually making a video about it, so I don't have the footage for it. But I can show you the design and kind of generally what I went for and how I was able to do it. So we're going to start up here, and we're going to go ahead and show you the shape. So you're going to want to start off with these foundation 4 meters, and this whole thing is built in sections of 3 to 5 is essentially what it is. So you're going to start off, if I can place a ball, start off with one of these. You're going to go down 5 of them in total. So 4. So you start off, you have 5. Then you're going to raise this up 3 meters, or well, 3 of these in total. So it should go to, that's 2. Here's 3. You can adjust the height depending on how you want it to look out there. I did 3 just because I wanted it to be high enough off the ground where you actually kind of still see all of it. And then at the ends of it, you go to vertical. You're going to place 3 more of them on each side. Not up there. Okay, so this gives you the general basic shape. And then of course I went with the concrete foundation. You can use whatever you like. If you want it to be sheet metal, if you want it to be asphalt, whatever you want. You can even use the coated. It's all up to you and personal preference. But I used the concrete foundation because I thought it looks good. You can even change the color of it. It's just personal preference. So I'll change all this to concrete. Not that stuff. I didn't want that to be that. And then at the top, you're going to cover the entire thing with the 1 meter foundation. So take this, not vertical. One. You're just going to go and cover the whole thing. Just like that. So then you have the top. The top is all going to be asphalt for the trucks up here. We changed all this to asphalt. It's good. And then we're going to go to basic walls. There's a basic wall right here that goes all the way down. You don't need to do this side because this is technically will be the next section. So it's more of just the outside. So put that there. And then you have inverted ramps. I believe I used 2 meter, I think. So it's 2 meters, just like that. You run underneath. I'll do this to the other side as well. And that's pretty much the basis for the whole thing. I'm gonna repeat this like 3 more times so I can show you what else I did. So I'm gonna cut real quick to just get this done, and then I'll be back in a second. So whenever you're expanding this, all you just need to remember is that it's every 3 of these is one of these pillars. You have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, set to vertical, and that goes here. And you have 1, 2, 3, and click on it, and you have vertical again. And you just have to do your inverted ramps underneath. Please zoom. There you go. And that's super repeatable, just the whole way down. And then it's adding all the other stuff in between it to kind of make it get to what you actually want. So I'm going to tear this out real quick and show you what to do if you actually want to have the pathway. Just leave this top section, take this off. So you're going to be using these quarter pipes, the inverted quarter pipes. I'm sorry. And you just set it up like this. So you only need 1. You don't need to zoop it. Click on where I need. You just use the half 4 meter foundations. So this right here, and you just rotate it until it's in place. And again, you convert this over to the concrete foundation because you want it all to blend in. You have your little archway. So it's super simple. If you want to make the little gate thing that I have across, you take the painted beams. Some of them I put like really high, like up here, but the one that's deeper, like the waterfall, I put it lower. Which I will show you that in a second. You can go over here. So this one right here for the waterfall, it's a lot bigger. You can kind of tell the difference between that one and this one. So I moved it down further. You can kind of move it down as low as you want, kind of act like a gate. I tried to make sure that it wasn't phasing through the rock though, because that wouldn't be realistic if it's like a kind of a closed off gate in between there. The other ones I were a little bit shorter on because I didn't feel like I needed them as low as I can. It's all up to personal preference. If you want to make them all symmetrical, depending on where you're at and where you're building, you can do whatever you want. You take the painted beam, you want to take your modern railing, and you're literally just going to zoop this right across here. And you just keep stacking it until you get to the top. And you can probably leave this top section, but just for the sake of me knowing that it's good, I put it all the way to the top, and you have your little gate there. So that is pretty much all the bottom sections. Anywhere I put a place where I wanted to be able to walk through, or there was just like a natural scene, kind of like this waterfall that's going right through here, I just try to put them one. So I wanted to be able to walk over here and be able to get to this through that, so I put that there. And there's one more right here where it just felt like there was a gap in the rocks between this rock and this rock over here. So it just felt like a good place to put it. Plus we have some of our stuff here, and there's even a little walkway to get over here. I'm going to clean this up later on and probably put a staircase where you can actually get down from here. But it's just little stuff like that that I was able to kind of look at and be like, okay, well, this is a good place for it. And if you want to, you can do this the whole section. You don't have to do these blank sections here. It's all up to personal preference. Something that I did over at the other factory that looked really, really good is if you take these wall holes for the pipelines, you can... Oh, okay, it's not gonna snap to this. Never mind. Ignore what I said. I thought you could snap the two foundations, but I guess you can. So, yeah, don't even worry about that. If you work that out, though, that looks cool. Something like, I'll show you up here. You can take like this to here. I don't have copper sheets, so you can run these together, and it kind of looks like you got like a pipeline running through the wall. So that's just personal preference, just a little thing. I didn't think it was going to work out for what I was doing, and it kind of sounds like it's not. So we're just going to pretend like the last minute didn't happen, and we're going to move on with the video. So this is all the bottom section, and if you guys come up with whatever you want to do, that's your business. I just want to show you this, and they're going to move on to the top. So for the top, the main important thing is I ran these, not the straight catwalk, but the T crossings all along the sides here. So I ran these the whole way down. One, it's going to give you a walkway. It's going to make it look a little bit less square than it does already. And it kind of gives you pretty much, it allows you to build the top section. It's a really important piece to it. So these T crossings run down the entire side of it. It's like this. If I can click on what I want to click on. Come on. This is why I don't build and talk, because I get distracted and I'm not very good at continuously talking. So I'm gonna cut and I'm gonna go get some more resources real quick. Since we ran out of stuff, we get to use our handy dandy storage system that we just built Thursday. So if you guys haven't seen that video, go ahead and click in the top right corner. It's a nice little video. We had a lot of trouble building that, but it all worked out good. So just grab all the stuff we need real quick. Alright, so we're back up top, and we're going to keep building these T crossings all the way down. It kind of sucks because they're technically half a foundation, so even when you zoop them to 10, they don't go very far at all. But it's okay, we'll work through it. So now that we have this set up, the next step is to use road barriers. So we're going to have to tear a couple of them out here in a second, but just for the sake of how I built it and understood it, this is what I'm going to show you. So you take these road barriers all the way down, and this is what's going to create your little catwalk thing where you can walk along the sides if you want to. Go all the way down. And I'm gonna teach you guys how to do this in the way that I learned it, which is I built the whole top section, and then I built the roof like way later, like 2 weeks later. So what I did first was, after I laid all this down, I went to the street lights, and these are every 4 of these dashes. So 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, and then on the 5th dash there's another street light. So that's how I kind of dealt with this. We're gonna offset this just for the sake of being able to build this roof correctly. So I did a little bit different over there, but I know what I'm gonna have to build, so I'm just looking ahead. So we're gonna move this in slightly, so put it on the corner. You're gonna have the 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. And we're gonna do this all the way down. So keep going. And then technically, yeah, so we're not going to be able to place another one, but that's okay. And you want to make sure that it's the same on both sides. Symmetry is very, very important when you're trying to build something nice. I mean, not always, but it's kind of an important thing. So every 5th one, 5. So you're just going to repeat this all the way down. 4 and 5. We have our lights. Of course, these need to be hooked up, which I'm not going to worry about because this isn't going to be anything up here. But after you have all that set up, you're on to the last section, which is going to be the roof over top. So in order to get the little wing on the top there, you had to not make these perfectly apart. So what I did was I took a basic wall, and if you check these catwalks, it allows you to kind of place it in a couple different sections you normally wouldn't be. Normally the edge of this is right here, but we need to offset it by a half. If you want to make the wing taller, you can move it in one, but what I did was I put it right in the middle just to make it easy on myself. So I placed the wall, I went up 2, and then you have to place 2 basic walls on top of that to get it just above here. If you don't, you're gonna have like the top of this facing into it, and then all I used was the architecture, the roof 2 meter. And you make it diagonal like that, and you gotta repeat it on the other side, and then make sure you have these straight too. So this is right flush to the end of it. If you do something like this where it's hanging off the back of it, it's not gonna line up properly. So just make sure it's all good. If you are having trouble telling if it's in the right place or not, what you can do is you can take a foundation, 1 meter, and run it all the way across just like a zoop. And you don't need to place it, but you can tell now that this is lined up right. If it's like, if you can tell there's a difference, then you need to replace it or you're gonna have it all messed up at the top. So you're gonna place 2 more meters, and you go to your roof again. Just take this, place it in the right spot, zoop it, and now you have your cross. So all you need to do from here is, 1, get rid of these walls on the side because you don't need them anymore. Tear these down. Do the same thing over here. And then if you go to your materials, you should have glass roof unlocked, and you can do that. And then at this point, it's just a matter of zooping it all the way down. Go all the way. Super easy if you have all the stuff for it. And then you have your cross. And then the only thing you need to do now is build the painted beam pillars. So what I did for this one is this is 5 of these road barriers in between here. So if I take out the one in between, that's going to make sure that my poles are centered exactly where they need to be the whole time. So we'll just take out the middle ones everywhere. This one. Take all these out. And then we're going to be placing the painted beams right in the center of this. And I'm actually going to add one more thing here so I can have the last beam placed over here. I cannot keep track of this very well. Okay, so that means that I need one more of these. Soup this up. Then we'll go to our painted beams. What we're going to do here is right would be in the middle of this, which is this one. I go up till it's just poking through barely. So it's kind of hard to tell from here. If you have a jetpack, it's really easy to come up here and just see this is what you're looking for. If it's down one more thing, it's not going to be even touching the roof, which that's personal preference. You'll kind of be able to tell, but you kind of won't. It's just a matter of how you want to go about it. I just like to cover the distance just to be safe. And then you're going to go to the highest possible points you can without it going through the roof. And then you're just going to run the painted beam down. These take a while to load for some reason. You're going to run these all the way to the end of your build, whatever you're doing. I need to zoom a couple of these a little further real quick. And then all you have to do is everywhere you have this gap, you just run it till it's just above that. If you see a gap, fill it in. Just like that. And then if you're running multiple colors, which I'm just building this in the base factory stuff, I did different colors. So I did blue on these beams and white on these, but that's all up to you. You guys can color code however you want. And then once you have all those beams set, all you need to do is just replace these. It's kind of hard to get them here, so if you look at the edge of this road barrier, you'll be able to place them right where you need to be. If you're not in Zoom, it's a lot easier. You can just one click it. So you'll replace all your road barriers. And then I'm not going to do the other side because it's going to be exactly what I just did. And that's all you have to do. When you get to the ends of it, though, you want to kind of plan out how you're going to be ending it, because this is fine, but it just, you want, I don't know. I prefer to have it a little bit closer to the edge of this. Like, I'd almost run another section if I could to kind of get this here, or even shorten where the pillars are at, just to make sure that the ends of it looks good, because I don't particularly like how this looks on the ends, but I wasn't really planning it out the best. I was just trying to show you guys how I went about building it and everything that I had to do. So that's how you build this little highway. On the corners, I didn't do anything, which you guys have already seen. I just kind of left that alone. There isn't like slanted glass roofs that are diagonal, if that makes sense. Like, if I were to try to connect these, I don't think I'd be able to do it, because this is a little bit lower than this. If they're on the same level, that will work, but this has a little bit of an incline right here, and they're not on the same level. So unfortunately, there's just going to be a gap here, but honestly, I'm not that worried about it. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I just think it's more about getting the actual thing of it, as opposed to trying to make these completely perfect. I'd have to redo this whole thing and lift this up 2 meters or 4 meters just to get it right, and I don't think that that's really worth doing, and I think that this is perfectly fine how it is. You're not going to make every build perfect. It's just not going to happen. So sometimes you're going to have things that are a little bit off, and you know what? At the end of the day, I can live with that, and I hope you guys can too. So we're going to keep moving on with the video. Like I said, I'm doing this a little bit backwards, so we're going to cut, and none of this stuff's going to be here. It's going to go back to me trying to work on the factory. But I just wanted to say thank you guys again, and enjoy the rest of the video. Hey guys, we're going to be recording the video kind of backwards today, and the reason I'm doing that is because you guys wanted to see the highway, you wanted to see how it's built and all the design stuff that went into it, but I need to actually finish it before I can make that part of the video. So I'm going to be working through, that's what the rest of this video is going to be, is be kind of touching up everything and making sure that it's all working properly and actually finishing everything I need to. I'm going to be getting rid of that stuff there. This truck over here is completely out of fuel. My lines in between this truck station and these truck stations are not even hooked up, so there's a lot to do. We're going to get working on that, and that'll be the rest of the video. Hope you guys enjoy. The first part of this is actually going to be setting up everything and making sure that all the lines are hooked up, because right now everything's disconnected. That's why like half the factory is running. So we've already hooked up our compacted coal, which is going to be running into our load line here, and then we have our fuel right here that's now getting split off and sent in the direction that it needs to. But the problem is that that truck over there has ran out of fuel, and it's right in the middle of the road. We're going to keep working on these lines, and once we get this finished up, then we're going to be able to run over there and fix that truck. So I'm going to keep setting up the lines, and I should just need the plastic and the rubber lines to come off of this, and then once I have all that, it should be okay to keep moving on. Alright, so I hooked everything up, and this should be ready to run. It's just a matter of getting the actual truck running over there and getting fuel in it. But I am a little bit worried about this splitter I have. I may need to go to... Alright, I can't find it. one of these is programmable splitters, because I have 2 different outputs on this with an overflow. And right now I have it set to any, which should be okay, but I'm just gonna have to see it run and make sure that it's okay. And now it's gonna get me. Okay, so we're gonna keep moving, and we're gonna hook up this truck over here, and then do the track or the pathway that it needs to record, and then hook up autopilot and see if it can run and actually get stuff over here. So I'll do all that. I'll be right back. So we set up our pathway, and this guy should be going here real soon. I hope so. Oh, there he goes. I don't know what that was about, but so he's moving now, and he's got fuel, and now it's just a matter of making sure that all this stuff gets loaded and unloaded. This is completely full of coal. Okay, and then this needs to get rubber and plastic, which is in the unload, and everything should be set up right. It's just a matter of making sure that it's running properly, make sure I have the lights hooked up to where it needs to go, and making sure all of our overflow is good. If we could do all that, we're gonna be in good shape. So we're gonna watch this for a second, and I'll give you an update here in a minute. So it looks like everything's going good with the truck so far. Don't know if we're actually receiving any plastic. In the back. Come here. Yeah, so we're not getting plastic and rubber, so we're gonna have to go check out what's going on the other side. Maybe I got it hooked up wrong. But what I was working on was working on this little roof design here. My plan is to make this glass. You got this little wing thing, and then going all the way down there. But I'm going to save and see what it looks like with the pillars and everything in there. And if it looks good, like I think it's going to, we're going to keep it. But just want to give you guys a little update, and get back to you in a second. Okay, by now I've already done the build section of this video, so you've probably already seen this little roof design that I did, but I really like this. It's the first time I've actually seen it. Why are you not blue? Unbelievable. Okay, so this... Can I... Why am I the way that I am? Fix these. Itty bitty dudes. All of them? No, there's one more. Of course there's one. There's always one. You can never just get this right the first time. So this roof looks great, and I absolutely love it. And I don't know what I'm going to do for the corner, but I'm probably still going to run this across the top of here. And then I'll figure out how I'm going to handle this ramp. And I may just leave it open, honestly. I don't think it's really crazy important that I do this little section here, because I don't think I can get diagonal slanted roofs like I need to make this work properly. So I'm sure there's some weird way on Reddit to do it, but I don't think it's going to work good for me. So I'm just going to leave it how it is, and then I'll do this section across to the roof, and I'll leave everything else alone. So I'm going to keep working, and actually first thing first is I'm going to go over here and try to figure out why I'm not... That thing is Tokyo drifting, bro. Look at that thing. I'm going to go over to the other side and try to figure out why I'm not getting any plastic or rubber or anything. So I'll be right back with that. I remember I disabled this, so I wanted to get a ton of this stuff while I was trying to shut everything down. Just hook the lines back up real quick. Smart 4. This into there, and then we should be getting everything we need. I think that was for fuel, so I actually don't think I need this line anymore. So this should fill up, and then we should have compacted coal on the other side, and that's good. And now our factory should be running. I just need the truck to come back here and get all this stuff and start putting it into the actual sorter and everything over there, and then I should get that factory up running, and we can actually test the overflow system from our last video. So this looks like it's going to be all right. I'm going to keep moving forward. Okay, so you can't really see much of the blue with where it's at right now, but you know what? I think it looks really good. Let me know down below what you guys think of it. We're going to keep moving forward, though. Think that I just need to double check some stuff and then finish off the ends, and then I'm going to set up a little hybrid tube line at the end of this, and then hopefully we should be getting to the end of the video here. Okay, that thing is whacked, but you know what? It's working, and we're just gonna pretend like everything is okay, because that's what I'm great at doing. So this is getting plastic, getting a lot of it, getting rubber. Everything's running in the factory. I went through everything. It's looking pretty solid, and I'm liking the way things are turning out. I'm still having some issues. This is gonna take a while because this is gonna have to refill up because we used a manifold method with this rubber. Actually, I have some rubber. Let me see if I just crammed stuff in here. But everything should be running here in a little while. I'm probably going to leave my computer on today while I go to work and just let everything run and kind of get all these manifolds caught up, and then hopefully all the overflows and everything should be working properly. Things should be going pretty good here. Although I'm officially going to come out and say that the factory is up and running again, which is a big step for me. I'm really glad things are back to normal. Now it's just a matter of putting the final touches on this factory, which is going to be cleaning up everything outside. This little sneak peek behind the scenes. That's our thumbnail from our power line video. If you haven't seen that one, go ahead and check it out below the top right corner there. Nice little video for you. We're going to fix all this stuff out here, which is pretty much just going to be getting rid of this little pedestal behind here and just getting rid of all these extra lines that we don't really need anymore because, you know, we don't need them. Let's get them out of here. So I'm going to clean everything up, delete everything, and then hopefully this should be looking really nice. So I'm going to get working on that. And for the first time in a really long time, there's not conveyor belts running through the middle of this. And all it took me is like 20 hours of building this highway. And the highway looks really good. I'm going to jump up there real quick and walk down that with the lights on because honestly, that sounds really cool. This turned out awesome. I'm really happy with this. It's probably like one of my favorite things that I've ever built. And I think this looks great. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I really like this a lot. And it needs some work. I still got to do my little hypertube section here. And I gotta, it's literally this line. I have this, this node over here, this little place. It's kind of like a three-way. It takes me over to the oil processing plant, back to my main plant, or into this one. So I'm going to pretty much just move that from there to right here. And I can do that in my own time. It's not a whole lot to really explain to do. It's just grabbing it and literally putting it right here. So this is going to be the end of the video. I just want to say thank you guys for hitting the like goal. It's the first time that's ever happened to me, and I just said it like 3 videos ago. So our next video is going to be coming out Thursday, so you can expect videos every single Thursday, probably around like 12 o'clock Central Time, I want to say. I don't know what time zone I'm in exactly without looking it up. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I just want to say thank you guys for everything that you have done. We're at right around like 70 subscribers right now, which is absolutely awesome. If we can manage to get to 100 by the end of the year, I will be absolutely ecstatic. So if you like this series and you like all the building that we've done, and if you like this highway that we built, just go ahead and like down below, comment. I try to get back to everybody. I just wanted to say, I hate autosave, but I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all the support that you've been giving me. All that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you on Thursday.